Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started with Open Mic Live. But first, as always, a word from our sponsor.
At InDigital, we know that public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESINet goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Yo, what is going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and I am live from Colorado. And I'm here a day early because last time I showed up on the day of everything was supposed to be going on for the Texas conference, and shit went down. Like, my flight was canceled, all kinds of craziness. I still got there. I made it. However, that's why I'm for sure coming at least a day or two early for conferences. So I've got everyone here in front of me: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hello, how's it going? Roll call, where are you watching from? And then all over here on TikTok, roll call, where are you watching from? And let's check in with each other on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you feeling? 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? How's everyone doing? Please chime in. And please make sure to share this broadcast and throw in some reactions, please. It gets more people in here, and we can share more stories. I've got a few stories. I've got a lot of stuff that's been going on this past week. And now, like I said, I'm here in Colorado. This live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, a leader next-gen core services. And a big shout out, as always, to patrons of the podcast, as well as Facebook subscribers. So basically subscribers of the podcast. Thank you all for everything, because I would not be able to do what I do if it wasn't for all of you. All of you have made all of this what it is, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Also, I know it ended yesterday. However, happy National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Excuse me. I have been saying this all week, but I wanted to say it again now that I'm live again with everybody here. And so Carly and James are jumping in here. James, South Jersey, what's up? Carly, Columbus, Georgia, feeling 10. She's at a 10. All right. How about over here on TikTok? How are you feeling? What are your numbers? Where are you watching from? Hook me up. Where are you at? So Carly at a 10, closing out National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Awesome. James, a 10. Fantastic. And a trip to New York City for a Broadway show. Peter Pan goes wrong with special guest NPH. Dude, that's pretty badass. You're going to get to see NPH. I am jealous. Anybody else see it before? I want to know. Cindy, what is going on? Central Wisconsin here. Tired, worked all weekend, lots of fires. Eek. Well, hopefully whatever your number is, we can get that number up, or you just enjoy and have a good time with some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about here today. Selena, what is going on? Howdy, what's up, girl? Very nice to see you. And man, stuff has been going on. So this past week, for National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, I got to do something awesome, something super cool. And that was going live for a couple days from 2 different dispatch centers in North Carolina, Jackson County first, and then Orange County. And it was so much fun, man. It was so cool. Within the Trenches podcast, 911 Wonder Women Inc. partnered, both of us, we partnered with the North Carolina 911 board. And what we did was we went live for 2 days for 3 hours. Okay. Hour and a half for the first part. You can do the math, you know. And we had people come on from both centers. We had them come on and in person, excuse me. And they were on with Sarah and I. And we were interviewing them. We were asking questions, and we were sharing their stories. It was a lot of fun. It was so cool. But to kick off the whole event, Congresswoman Norma Torres was on, and she was sharing some of her insight, the importance of this week, recognition, but just all of it. It was so much fun. It was so good. And we got to see some beautiful scenery as well in North Carolina as we were going from one site to the other. And it was just one of the coolest things that I've done. And it just felt so rewarding. And we were just honored to be able to do it. It was so good. Thank you to everyone who was there, everyone who shared stories, those that were on virtually, those who were in the audience sharing stories and comments about all of it. It was, again, one of the most rewarding, one of the most awesome things that I've had the chance to do, and to be there and to talk with everyone. It was just so much fun. So thank you to Sarah, and thank you to Pokey of the North Carolina 911 board, and of course Sarah with 911 Wonder Women Inc. And it sounds like we might be doing this again, so we'll see what happens, because it went very well. It was so much fun, like I said. And a very cool thing happened, okay? I want to say this really quick. If you have not watched any of those lives, go back and watch, because all of it was good. All of it was powerful. All of it was amazing. There was one point, though, where years later, I ended up, wait, have you ever had anyone prank call 911? Hell yeah, all the time, man. Over here on TikTok, it has happened. Yes, people prank call 911, and we have to go through it. But while it's happening, it's an emergency every time, and we respond, and that's how it goes. But yes, it has happened. Yes. I was telling a story about one time that I was in dispatch. It was early in the morning. There was a guy who called because his wife was in labor, and we're going through everything, like the baby's crowning, the head is like out, and I'm super excited because I'm going to get a stork pin, right? And as I'm going through everything, like EMS is already headed that way. As I'm going through my cards and everything, this is what I end up hearing. Not that. What I end up hearing is, and I'm like, what is going on? And I say to the husband, to the caller, I said, "Sir, what are you doing?" And he goes, I just left. I'm running. I said, "You're running? Why are you running? You just left your wife?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We had a plan." So basically they had a plan. So if they were going to, if that was going to happen, Teresa, what is going on? Hey. If that was going to go down while they were at home, he was going to have to run the kids over, or kid, I don't remember how many they had, but he was going to have to run them over to the neighbor's house. And that's what he was doing. That's why he left. So when I said, and you left your what? I doubt that. Don't leave. Oh, that's funny. So I tell him, or he ends up saying, "Don't leave me," and I'm like, "What is going on now? What is going on over there?" As I still hear him huffing and puffing and everything else, and he gets back to the house, and the baby is completely out, and I'm like, "Wait, so does that mean? Do I not get it? Does that not count?" And it didn't count. I was so upset, man. I was so upset that because I thought I was going to get that stork pin, man, because the baby was partially out. Like I had gone through the cards enough to where I got to the part where it was make sure to get a shoelace so that you can tie it onto the 6 inches away from the belly button, on the umbilical cord. Like I'm going through all of this, and then he takes off running, and I'm like, oh no, go back, please. So, man, so that ended up happening, and it's like it didn't count because it didn't. The kid wasn't fully out; it was just partially out, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So for all of these years, I've been like, "Damn it! I should have gotten it. Should have counted. I should have gotten it." So here's what happened. Here's what happened. The manager from the center that we were at in Orange County, he hears my story that I'm telling. They were watching it on a bigger screen. Brittany, what is going on? Hello, hello, listening from behind the console tonight. Yeah, all right. Did you tell him that he cheated you out of a stork pin? No, I didn't get a chance because when he got back and it turned out that the baby was fully out and everything already, not just partially. EMS had gotten there, and I'm just like, EMS is there. Go and talk to go and unlock the door. Make sure you unlock the door, put your animals away, all that other stuff. They're there. Open the door so that they can come in. And I was crushed because it was turned out that it didn't count. And I was like, damn it. So they ended up having a little girl. And from what I was told, this little girl would be a teenager now. But I joke about it because I wanted to tell the caller, just name her Ricarda. Because Ricardo with an O, but with an A, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to do it. So, like I was saying, the manager actually, wait, what? Honestly, I thought you were going to say it turned out to only be gas. No, it actually happened. It was a baby. That's fucking funny though. That would be the way, right? That would be the way for 911, that it turns out they're like, oh, actually, she's not having the baby. She just farted. Burnt. So they hear me telling this story, and I was like, man, I'm still kind of salty that I got jacked out of that stork pin. And this is what happened as I'm getting towards the end of this and going on with what we were talking about. They walk in, or the manager walks in, and I hear kind of a commotion in front of me because everyone's in front of us. So it's Sarah and then myself and then the person that we're interviewing at the time. And they're like, look up. And they gave me one of their stork pins. Like, did this live. While we were talking, they gave me one of the stork pins from Orange County, and they're like, you should have gotten this years ago. And I was like, so I'm like crying basically on the live while I was there, and I'm looking at it. I was like, oh man. So I like, even right now, holy hell, like it's not what I expected. It was one of the coolest things. So all of you there at Orange County, Kirby, and Lori, like all of you, thank you so much. That was, can you show us the pin? Let me, you know what? Hold on. I have never done this before. Hold on one moment. For those on TikTok, you'll be able to still hear me over here. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to carry this with me everywhere. So over here on TikTok, there it is. And then over here, let's see if it'll, maybe. There it is right there. I don't know if it'll focus that well. You can't see it that well on the big camera. But either way, there it is. There's the stork pin. Can't believe I'm catching you on my day off. Yes. Which pin is that? It's a stork pin. So they were saying that Cindy, guess we can talk amongst ourselves. Yeah. Like I said, I've never done that before where I've gotten up and just been like, deuces, I'll be back. But you wanted to see it. And so there it is. That's the pin. So when they gave it to me, I was just like seriously took my it took my breath away. It was awesome. What, blame me? No. It's good. It's good. It was good because I'm glad you said something because I wanted to show it. So I'm glad you said something. I meant to have it here on my table, but it was across the way on the other on the island over there. So it was a very, very cool moment, an emotional moment. And I just thought like, wow, that's over 10 years later. And now I got one. But yeah, for them to say, dude, you deserve this. Like you should have gotten it years ago. I was like, oh. So thank you again, all of you for that. That was an amazing moment. And again, if you haven't watched those lives, you'll see it as it's happening. And I'm just like, oh man, like you got me in the feels. So again, a very cool moment to be able to do that and to receive that. Man, I love it. Love it. Thank you again. So we had an awesome few days honoring all of the 911 professionals there in North Carolina, but also as a whole, all of you in 911, because it was your week, but it's not just for this week. You know, it's all the time because you don't just do this job for 1 week. You do it 24/7 all year, nights, holidays, and forced overtime all the time. So, man, thank you for everything that you all do. I hope you had a good week. I know I've seen, hey, Em, what's going on? I know I've seen a lot of people posting shit like, hey, what did you do with your leftover pizza? At least you got pizza, man. Like, shit, that's good. What guy that cost you the pin gets PD? PD answers gets canceled. Take their pin stealer. Yeah. So all of that stuff was going on, and what you need to start tagging me when I'm off. A lot of people have been saying that they don't get on TikTok and on Facebook sometimes too, that people aren't getting any of the notifications, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't have any control over that. I'm not sure how to do that, but Carly says in the fridge. Oh, so that's where your pizza went. Awesome. In the fridge. And then, there's other places that they didn't do anything. And, that always kind of sucks. I don't know what is behind any of that, but hopefully as things continue to change, because the culture is definitely changing, right? Or it has changed. And it started a long time ago. And I'm super happy with the way it is now. And it's going to continue to change. Things are going to continue to evolve. Your stories are going to continue to get out there. And I feel just honored, seriously honored that all of you trust me the way you do to share your stories, because of all of this started from me needing to share mine as a way of, a form of therapy, to be therapeutic. And that's what my mission has been ever since I started doing all of this back over 10 years ago, to help get your stories out there, the stories, these important ones. And yes, the first responder, for people to know what you do, that there is more than answering the phone, that you're not just a dispatcher, which I fucking hate when people say that, because you're not just a dispatcher. There's so much more to it, which is why stuff like this, imagine listening to I Am 911 movement, like all of it, and discussions that we have with each other in general are so important, so that people know what it is that you do. Because there's a lot to it. And a lot of that shit sticks with you. But we have each other. Do you remember what your first call was? Yes, my very first call dispatching was a butt dial. Dude, I was nervous as hell too, because when I went into dispatch that first day, so I had the chief of police come and talk to me. He came to my house to see if I still wanted the job. And it had been over 2 months since I had heard from the department. And he shows up at my house, and my grandmother wakes me up, and she's like, "Los policías están aquí." Like, she's yelling at me in Spanish, saying, "The cops are here, the cops are here." And then she's like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Nothing." It's like, damn, Granny, I didn't do anything, I don't think. So I go out, and it's the chief, asked me if I still want the job. I said yes. I thought I was going to start in a week. He's like, "You start tonight." What? I go in for that midnight shift. I watch my trainer take a call, a 911 call, and then he looks at me and says, "It's your turn now." And I thought, hell no. Really? There's nothing else to this? But my very, very first hard call, my very first like real call that I had, it was a suicide call. And that one I'll never forget. I'll never forget it. But technically, the very first phone call that I ever took, 911 call, it was a butt dial. And when he told me it was my turn, and I'm sitting there, I'm just sweating, dude, sweating, because I didn't, you don't know what's going to come in. It's 911, man. Anything can happen. Phone rings. Frost Proof 911, where's your emergency? "Oh, I'm sorry. I dialed on accident. It was a butt dial." And I'm like, oh, it's like, thank God. It was something else. It was crazy. Let's see, we spend a week in classroom, then first day on the floor, we are right in. Trainer is listening, but we basically are right in as soon as we get to the floor. Yeah, so first night I was on the phones, but about a week or so later, I was in a 40-hour beginners training for dispatch. So there was more training to it, but that first night, nope. That first night did not happen like that. It was crazy. So along with all of that other stuff, I flew back. Okay. I flew back this past Thursday, got home almost 11 o'clock at night. I think it was late. Worked all day Friday, like busting ass all day Friday. And over here on TikTok, we have 1,000 likes. Hell yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Was busting my ass, pressing t-shirts and a bunch of other stuff that are going to be here for the conference. So if you're here at the Navigator Conference in Colorado, I am going to have Imagine Listening shirts and Hero shirts. So make sure to see me at booth 404. I will also have I Am 911 lapel pins for sale and I Am 911 wristbands. So wait, now if you drop your iPhone hard, it calls 911 and gives you coordinates. It does. That does happen. They're trying to switch a few things because dispatch centers have been inundated with some of those calls when people are falling or dropping their phones, or I think for a while they're like watches and shit were happening. That was happening too. Zach, what is going on? And it says, hey y'all, hope it was a good dispatcher week. Yes. Wait, Zach says my department is coming. My team will be there. Dude, awesome. Well, I've got tons of shirts and everything, so we'll let them know. Also, Zach, you, I'm pretty sure, won something these past couple days from the North Carolina stuff that we're doing. So look into your email for that one. That should be coming up pretty soon. Congratulations. I don't remember what it was. But it was something. So I bust my ass all day. Okay. Wait, over here it says we have a ski resort in our county. So just imagine the amount of those we get. I feel you, because when I was working in Allegan, we have they have a ski resort there as well. It would be enough that we would have to create CAD numbers, call numbers, and just have it specifically for that, because there would be so many people that were breaking their ass. Like, no lie. And we would have to send them all the time. And sometimes we would get calls from another ski resort that was just kind of on the line, and they would be going through the whole thing, and we would say, which ski resort? Tell us the ski resort. And I mean, they would go through, and we're trying to get the address, right? First thing you do, you get the address, but sometimes they're just just vomit of everything that's going on at the ski resort. And then finally we get the address. We're like, okay, you're in a different county. We got to switch you over. And wait, over here, Carly says, when you get butt dialed and it's a legit booty call, cooked macaroni noises. Oh. Holy shit, Carly. I should have read that first. Oh my God. Oh, now my eyes are watering and the left one is stinging. Holy shit. That is horrible. All I can hear is like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Wait, Emily over here says, I've had that one. It's awful. That description. Oh my God. Damn it. Now, anytime that Emily's like, stop it. Anytime there's like cooked macaroni, man. Thanks, Carly, for that, because that's what I'm oh my God. But that was hilarious. That was so good. Oh, Selena says, oh my. Now I'm hearing it. Oh, geez. That's bad. See, Emily says, Paso will never be the same. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Are you still an active dispatcher? Actually, no. I've been out of dispatch. This July, I will have been out of dispatch for 10 years. I am still in 911. I've been, I was a 911 dispatcher for 13 and a half years, and I have been in public safety as a total for over 20 years. I think I'm going on 22 or 23 now. But when I left dispatch, I ended up working in the private sector for 911 and continue to do the podcast, everything that I'm doing now, but also working and training dispatchers on like text for 911 and phone systems and a lot of other different things. And then 2020, I went on my own and launched this media company that's built around my podcast and public safety marketing, audio, video, just a lot of different stuff that I do, virtual events, a bunch of things. So I'm not an active dispatcher, but once dispatch, always dispatch. And I've got stories that, man, that go for a long time. But I made it my mission to be able to help other dispatchers share their stories and get them out there for people to learn more about what it is that they do daily. Let's see. James over here says, oh yeah, well, I work by the boardwalk and roller coaster rides activate the feature as well. Wind and screaming from the amusement park. For real? Okay, that's pretty crazy that all of that activates that shit. That would suck. Especially if that's where you work, like that close. I can't imagine the amount of calls that you're getting just from that. Oof. That's a lot. Excuse me. So, busted my ass all day Friday. Busted my ass all morning Saturday. Finally had the chance to pack. And then headed to Detroit to stay the night. And then today, Sunday, fly out again. And now I'm here in Colorado. So, absolutely did training with someone who has a huge amusement park in their county. Okay, so there you go, James. You're not the only one. Over here on TikTok, the same shit. See, Emily says, we have Six Flags. We get so many roller coaster ones when the call connects, give you a heart attack. Okay, hold on a minute. Before I go on, I can't imagine that. Being that close to, I mean, we would have a county fair, but it wasn't the same shit. It was not even close. Not even close to what you all are talking about. But I can only imagine taking a 911 call and just hearing like a rush, right? A rush, and then just tons of screaming and thinking, what the fuck is going on? Because, and this is no joke, like seriously, I've never been a part of this, right? I've never been a part of it. But there's audio out there of like active shooter incidents. And that's what I would picture right away. Like that loud sound and people screaming almost immediately. Like that's, I'm pretty, like that's where I would go with that. So for all of you who work close to amusement parks and get like roller coaster ride calls and shit like that, damn, I do not envy you at all, but I salute you. I salute you in the job that you do. And Kimmy says, I'm late. Sorry, but I'm here. Welcome. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. Let's see. We use Rapid SOS, and when we get a pocket dial that plots out of school, my heart stops for just a second. Holy shit. Yeah. For real. I would feel the same way. I know exactly what you mean. I would wonder what is going on. Like that. Like, I'm breathing now, but like that took my breath away. Oh man. Yeah, I can't even imagine. But I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. Let's see. James says, in my case, the seagulls squeaking in the background gives it away. Okay. Well, okay, I got you. Yes, you're right. I got you. You got it there for sure. I would hope for something like that so that I wouldn't be, trying to guess if that's something else that is going on. And holy shit, we've now surpassed 2,000. We're at 2.6 thousand likes. Thank you all over here on TikTok and all of you over here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter for joining in and engaging. I love this. This is so much fun. And I hope that by the end of this, your numbers have gone up as well. I came in at like an 8. I'm already above a 10. So thank you all for being here for Open Mic Live. So Emily says, I see the cell tower and know it's Six Flags, thankfully, but for that split second, screaming. Yeah, no, I understand. Whew, it's fucking crazy. See, my officers are usually really good about it, though, so they go to the area when they see it come up. See, that's always good as well. It's good to have that and to have that communication, right? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. And we're supposed to be communicating with each other, because I think the more we work with each other, or even so, the more that we have those out in the field come in to experience what it's like in dispatch, then they know. Then over here, you've got your officers that are letting you know, right? Because they know that you're sitting there probably holding your breath, that your heart has stopped. And to help you, they're letting you know. So that's a good thing. I love that. When I was still dispatching, the last center that I was in, we would do ride-alongs and they would do sit-alongs. And we would learn from each other. We would bridge that gap to understand each other so that the communication would be better. And it was overall a good thing. It was a good thing. So, oh no, now don't sneeze. So I ended up leaving this morning early, and I actually went live over here on TikTok just to say hello to everyone, because I hadn't been on in a while, because I've been working a lot. Like I said over here for TikTok, I'll tell you all over here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, I'm an episode behind, and it's because I've just had so much stuff going on, but I appreciate all of your patience. The next episode that's coming out is an Imagine Listening episode, and it's going to be a hard one. It's the ones from the Texas conference. But of course, after that will be open mic, and there's a lot of funny stories that were shared during that time. So please stay tuned for that. And again, thank you so much for the patience. I appreciate it more than you know. There's been a lot of shit going on, but good shit. Now, I have a story to share with you. Well, a couple stories, because as always, traveling, stuff happens. Stuff happens when I'm traveling. Now, I know I've told you that at the Detroit airport, and if anybody that works at the Detroit airport, if you are watching this, fix this shit, okay? Fix this shit. And yes, James, I do see what you did there. I love that. He says, open mics are off the hook. See what I did there? Emily says, your travel stories are the best. Thank you. They're the best afterwards, but while it's happening, it's like, for real? So I've told you that at the Detroit airport, the lock, like the piece that's the little metal piece, is like this big for the lock. So when you go to lock it, there's like that much that's actually in the hole that's supposed to keep it locked. And if you've got some dude who's in beast mode, who's running to the fucking bathroom to do his thing, the door opens and the structure of all of the stalls moves to the side as this person's like, and then just destroying the bathroom. But before that stall gets destroyed and the structure moves, it knocks the lock out. So the door opens. This has happened to me numerous times, okay? Where I've had a moment where there's another person there, like, and I'm just, can you shut the door? But then they can't, because the door is opening like towards me. So what I've done now is I have my backpack, and I tilt my backpack so that it is Emily, she's just laughing. So that it's tilted and it's up against the door. Okay, it's up against the door so that if that happens and anyone tries to open it, they'll feel that resistance and be like, oh, it's locked, or oh, somebody's in there, whatever. Now, this didn't happen to me today. However, everyone had to use the bathroom. So everyone is in line. Wait, James says stop at the nearest McD's before the airport. Well, I mean, there's tons of bathrooms in there, man. So we're in line. The guy in front of me, someone comes from the other side, and the dude must have had to go bad because he goes, no. The line's over here on this side. And the guy that he says that to is like, oh, okay. All right. And I'm just standing there like, bro, there can be two lines, man. Like, it was funny. I mean, I didn't say anything because for that dude to call out the other person, I was like, I'm not having any of that. Because this dude's probably like been waiting a long time. So when the guy walks by, he says to him, that door, yes, when you got to go, you got to go. Yes. He goes, the door is open. He goes, there's a stall that's open. And the guy goes, oh, okay. So he goes to, and you can see that it's like just a little bit open. So he walks over, starts to push the door open, and someone kicks it back. And the dude's like, oh, there was somebody in there. So I say to the guy, it's because of the bathroom locks. I said, they do that. I said, sometimes they come unlocked. And the dude's just looking at me like I'm crazy. And I said, I'm serious. It's happened to me several times. And he just goes, okay. And I was like, all right, I warned you. Now, I don't know if that ended up happening to him later on, but I was just thought, dude, believe me, I've been here enough. So as much as that sucked for that person, all I could think in my head was, at least I'm not the only one that happens to. Oh, man. So then I take my flight, right? Go through. Flight is good. Everything is fine. I got some good video of the clouds. They're gorgeous. I'll post some of those later. And then I get my car. So as I said in the beginning over here on TikTok, you will not be able to see this. I'll have the audio right here so that you can hear it. But the video itself, I will post on TikTok so that you know what I'm talking about. Even though it's going to make me look like a dumbass, it's fine because it's done in humor. So here we go. I'm going to play it because it's so stupid that I had to make a video of it. And it's going to be a reel, and it's going to be on TikTok, and it's, yes, it's going to be out there. All right, here we go. Oh, shit. All right, hold on. So I'm traveling in Colorado, and I just recently picked up the car that I rented. Now, I've been with this company since about 2014, so I get a lot of perks and other crap, right? And I took a couple free days, I think it was. So for only like, I don't know, under $300 or something like that for this entire week, I was able to get Mercedes. Here's the thing, though. In some of these cars, you don't immediately know how to put them in drive. You would think that right there is what you use to shift, right? But no, it's right there. How do I know that? How do I know that you just move it up and down? Because my dumbass ended up looking it up. So note to self, if anything, don't rent shit that's too fancy for you. or you won't know how to drive unless you look it up. So there you have it. There's the story. I had a free day, some free days or whatever, and I have been with National forever. Since 2014, I have been with National. James says, "Stay basic, boss." And so I've been part of like their Emerald Club, you know. So if you're part of the Emerald Club, when you arrive, you don't even have to go to the desk. You just go to that Emerald aisle, pick your car, and you leave. Well, I've been with National enough that I'm now like I have like an executive thing. It's still the Emerald aisle, but it's an executive one. So the cars are bumped up like one level or whatever. Okay. And I am walking through looking at the cars, and there's like trucks and some sport SUVs. And there's this one white Mercedes sport SUV that's right in the middle of all of them. And I was like, for $300? Yeah. Because it's for the whole week. So why not? So I get in the car. I sit in there, turn it on, and I'm looking down at what looks like the shifter, and it's not. It's not anything. What looks like buttons, that shit is just there. It doesn't do anything. So then I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, what? I've driven for years. How I feel stupid right now, which is why I made the video. Excuse me. To show this. So so get this. There's a guy with National who keeps walking back and forth, and he looks over at me, and I'm just like, hi, everything's good on my phone, pretending like I'm doing something. Yet in reality, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where is the damn button? Because some cars, they have like a knob, and it's in the middle, and you turn it to reverse, neutral, drive, whatever. Not this one. And that lever that's there, it's usually for your wipers, right? It's for the wipers. So I wasn't even thinking to look there, because that's where I would have used the wipers, because that's where they're usually at. So I end up going to YouTube and I just typed like putting Mercedes in drive or some shit. I don't know, because I thought, this is stupid. Like, how am I not figuring this out? Because it's not obvious. The wiper thing, like I said, that's where the wipers are at. I would not have expected that to be the shifter. So as soon as it pops up, the guy's like, yep, it's over here on this side. Because it sounds like this person made this video because they didn't know either. It's so stupid. So as soon as I see that, I went, oh, son of a bitch. And I go like this. Just so little of movement of my head. And there it is, right on the damn lever that is usually for wipers, but it has reverse, neutral, and drive. And the button that in some older cars would have been used to push for like the solution to come out to rinse your windshield. No, that button is your park button. So I'm sitting there laughing by myself in the car, and this dude is walking by, and I'm sure he's looking at me like, I don't know what's wrong with this person. Oh man. It was hilarious. Not at the moment, because I thought, oh my God, like it was stupid. But for those over here on TikTok, I will make sure to post that video and those on Instagram as well. So over here, James says, to confuse the car thieves, that's how you keep your car. The bad guy or gal gets out and walks away. You're right, dude. Well, I'm not a car thief, but that shit confused me too, because why would I have ever thought that? Oh man, now it's super simple, but of course, because I know. But in the beginning, when I was sitting there, I'm looking around. Nothing is obvious. Oh, this piece. Nope, it's not. It's just there. Yeah, it's a decoy. Is what it was. It was a decoy. Oh man, it was funny. It was pretty funny. So I want to put something on the screen. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm just going to put this up on the screen just as something to mention, because it's something that I saw recently. And excuse me, I posted this on social media, and immediately everyone was like, just say no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. And I thought it was hilarious. So that's why I'm going to share it right now. And for those on TikTok, I'm just going to tell you what it is. So when I got back from North Carolina, I stopped at a gas station and I saw something that brings back memories. Not good memories. I mean, it's funny because I share the story everywhere. I tell the story. But this is what I saw. And it was not far from energy drinks either. But this picture that I'm showing on the screen over here is a picture of some gas station burritos that are called the Bomb. And there's three of them in there. That's the red one. The one that I ate years and years ago when I was in dispatch and caused me to have bubble gut while I was on an emergency phone call. It was horrible. Okay, so let me say a little bit of it. So what happened was I was working a 4-hour shift and it was at night. I ended up stopping at a gas station to get an energy drink and something to eat because it was late. I was hungry, but I also needed to stay awake. And I walked by these gas station burritos and I thought it was going to be a good idea to get one. And in the picture, those things they don't look that big, but they're enormous. And they're called the Bomb. And I got the red one, the red Bomb. And I got to dispatch and I heated this thing up. And I thought I was going to be on backup phones. And it turned out that's not what happened. I was on straight up phones. I destroyed this burrito. And I took down that energy drink. And it was the worst thing I ever did. Because what happened was I get a phone call from the agency south of us, and they've got a pursuit going, and they're close to coming into our county. But while I'm taking all this information and put it in, my stomach just starts blah, blah, blah. I got that bubble gut, man. It started talking to me. And I'm like, oh, no. Why? 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 I mean, I wasn't doing that, but inside, I was screaming. I was freaking out. And holy crap, my mom is in the audience. Mom, how long have you been in the audience? Have you been listening this whole time? Oh, no. Oh no. Well, hi, Mom. I love you. I'm glad you're in the audience as I'm telling this story. Crap. That's literally. Okay, so jeez. Now that I'm all flustered. Híjole, ma. So I'm taking this call. My stomach is bubbling really bad, and I'm thinking, hell no, please, please. This cannot be happening. This cannot be happening right now. I'm typing everything as the person is telling me all of this stuff, but I am sweating at this point. I'm just going to tell the whole story. Screw it. I am sweating at this point, but also to the point that I'm pretty sure that if anybody was over there with me at that time, they probably would have smelled like beef coming out of me. Like that's how much I was sweating. Like, you know, when you're hungover and you're sweating out that alcohol and everything, that's basically how it was. But me fighting back, having to drop a deuce over here. It says bubble guts, my worst fear when I'm on shift. Yes, that's what was going on. Bubble guts. It was bad. It was horrible. And I'm talking, and I already sent a message over to my partners on the other side saying, if I have to get up and run, take over the phone call. So in my dispatch center, we had 2 bathrooms. Okay. 2 bathrooms. One inside the center. And I wasn't about to drop heat there. No. I was not going to drop heat there with my peeps. And then we had a bathroom down the hallway. So I put them on hold. I stand up and I yell over, I got to run down the hallway. Take off running, hauling ass. And I'm going so fast, you probably could see smoke coming from me like a cartoon character. And hopefully smoke, not poo. Okay? I get over there, I do my thing, and I come back, and I take the phone call. Oh, wait, over here. But we like to roll the dice and occasionally have Mexican food just to mess with the dispatch gods. Yes, that's exactly what's going on. Yes. So I get back and I take the phone call over, and Yasmin, you got the emoji of a person running with smoke coming out. It was bad. It was really bad. Like I'm pretty sure I was crop dusting down the hallway as it was going. It was just like burnt, just just to get over there to do what I had to do. So I get back, I take the phone call back, and we're just getting information out there because this dude kept turning around, going back and coming back. And I've got them on jet propulsion. Yes, jet propulsion. Yes. Oh, sorry, Mom. So I'm sitting there. Jack over here says making your own tones. For real, man. My own tones, for real. Wait, over here it says worst is when it happens on 911 on a cardiac arrest or something. Oh, yeah, that would be bad. That would be really bad. And this one was only a pursuit. I mean, still, emergency, right? But not like that. Not like a cardiac arrest. So I'm sitting there taking the information. And again, things start bubbling up. And I'm like, oh my God. At this point, I'm just like, stay together. Please stay together. Because I'm a grown-ass man, but I'm about to lose my shit. Literally, lose it right there. And I don't know if any of you have done this. I don't know if you've ever tried to hold in a fart. But the longer you try to hold it in, it goes up your back and turns into like a back fart. And it's like burnt, like up here, like by your ribs, and it's like a xylophone going through. So, as you know, sequels are the worst, right? Well, in the shit world, they're the same, because it was talking to me. I put him on hold and I stand up and I yell over that I need to go again. But before I get the chance to yell it over, my buddy stands up and goes, "You got to poop, dude?" And I'm just like, "Bro, it's not a warrant. You don't have to confirm it, okay?" But yes, I do. So I haul ass running. I go, do my thing, come back, and no one is on the phone anymore. And I'm like, oh, thank the Lord. It's over. And then the phone rings again. Emily, you like that? The phone rings again. And it's the same people. And I start taking information again. The dude turned back around and is coming back. And all I can think is throw the stop sticks down. End this already. I'm going through my own shit. Literally right now. I have my own emergency. So now for the third time, my trilogy of poo, it happens again. And I put him on hold. And this time it is so bad. It is so wrenching, so much of a beast mode moment that I end up yelling over, I'm going to go right here. Well, hold on. Not like right there where I was sitting. That's not what I meant. The bathroom that's inside the dispatch center is what I'm saying. And they're laughing at me already. I go into that bathroom. Door shuts. As soon as it shuts, I turn on the fans. I turn on the water. Anything to mask the hell that I'm about to go through. Because if you've ever watched Dumb and Dumber, you know the war I'm about to go into. I'm in there just like, ah! Over here, Yasmin says, you're not supposed to blow up that bathroom. I had to, dude. I had to, because I would not have made it down the hall. Hell no. There would have been trails. Hansel and Gretel would have been able to find their way home, okay? There was no way that I was going to make it back. So I used that bathroom. And then I get out of there. Yes, forget the breadcrumbs. Yeah, exactly. Deborah over here, Deborah Grinch is like, what in the hell did I just walk into? I can just imagine you coming in and hearing me talk about Hansel and Gretel and poo and all this other stuff. And like, I don't understand. You're going to have to watch the replay. Let's see. That would be one way to start a war with maintenance. Yeah, for real. So I walk out of the bathroom. My coworkers are just laughing at me. And I'm the supervisor that night. And I end up saying to them, screw you guys. I'm going to turn up the heat so that you can smell that shit. And we all had a laugh. And I joke about it now. But when it was happening, oh my God, it was horrid. It was not good. So, years later, I'm on a family vacation. We stop in Montana at a gas station. I'm walking through. Wait, Yasmin says heat, hostile work environment. Yes, basically. I'm walking through the gas station in Montana. I think we were in Butte, in like Butte County or something like that. I'm walking through and I get this like weird like twinge, almost like I was triggered somehow. Okay. And I felt this compelling urge. You didn't learn your lesson the first time. I get this urge, I like feel compelled to turn. And when I turn, what I see are those bomb burritos in a cooler next to a display of energy drinks. And all I could think was, screw you, Montana. And that's my story. That's my story. Oh, man. That's what happened. That's what happened with the bomb burrito, the energy drinks, one night in dispatch. It happened to me. Oh, my friend Anna's on here. What up, dude? Oh my gosh. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. That's great. Oh man. Have you been watching this whole story? Oh, that is the best. That's my story. That's what happened. Thank you all so very much for joining me for Open Mic Live tonight. This has been so much fun. What are your numbers at now? How are you coming in? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome, how are you feeling now? Now that we've gone through all of these stories with the car, the people in the bathroom, some of my early stories in dispatch, and then this one from dispatch with the red bomb burrito and the energy drink. Definitely an 8 up from a 2. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. And we hit 4.9 thousand likes over here on TikTok. Thank you. That is great. Over here, James is at a 10. I am way above a 10. And just so good. Courtney, what is going on, yo? Still my favorite story ever. Yes, I'm so happy that you enjoyed that story. Let's see. Deborah, I'm at an 8. Most definitely. Awesome. Yasmin at a 10. Excellent. Thank you, all of you, for being here for each other, for us just talking, laughing, forgetting about the bullshit in the world, and just coming together for a moment to share some stories and just to laugh, because laughing is good medicine. I love it. This is great. Emily over here, I'm up high like an 8 and a 9. Yes, that's what this is about. That's what open mic is about. Checking in with each other, sharing some funny stories. Sometimes when the world is just going freaking crazy and stuff, sometimes we just share just regular stories. We just talk, because that's what we're doing here. We're healing and finding some form of closure together through the power of storytelling. And thank you for the job that you do each and every single day. And if you have not heard it, I am proud of you. All of you. Thank you for what you do. People don't know what this is like, what this job comes with, the stuff that sticks with you. But together, we're letting people know. And we're changing the culture. And that is what is good about all of this. Deborah says, okay, no more poop stories. No more for tonight. How about that? Oh, man. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, a leader in next-gen core services. If you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the flagship show, you can email me, and that's going to be wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is facebook.com/Within the Trenches podcast. You can also become a subscriber of the podcast for bonus content on Patreon and Facebook. But for an easier way to do all of this, just go to links.co. That's links with 2 eyes.co/WTT podcast. All of my stuff is on there. It's my bio page, and you can find everything. Everything that I was saying before, you can find it all there. So make sure to check this out. And this can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, as well as TikTok right here. And for the flagship show, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate you all more than you know. Have a good one. And we'll see you in the next one.